this one about miss me. All right. So
and on the weekends, you gotta wait the weekend.
And the weekends, I couldn't go out.
Yeah.
I couldn't go out. I was home. I was doing. It was just. It was tough. And then eventually, when things finally settled, she got approved for the help that she could at least get. The home attendant. That was one of the most relief moments of my life because it was like fuck. Like all right. Like I felt like my life stopped for a while. And like I said, in all that process is me like fuck like being being subconscious. Listen, it was to the point that I think I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep for a couple times.
So much thoughts going through your head, imagine, bro.
Bro, I just thought like it was crazy, and I think I only told like a couple people this.
Thank you so much for sharing, man. Like, I don't ask to invade. I ask because like, if you feel share, thank you.
Yeah, I definitely I remember like in my whole life I never thought about like prior to that moment about like suicide. When I even came across anything about my life. So I remember that specific day I couldn't sleep. And I remember I had to go to the supermarket early in the morning because I had to buy things for lunch or for dinner that night. But the thing is that's me not sleeping at all. And I want to get 7 in the morning.
You're stressed, you're tired, and you just want to relax.
I remember just walking and I'm like, fuck, I think the only time I'll be able to sleep is if I kill myself. That's the closest or anything I've come across. I quickly was like, oh fuck, that's crazy. Like I had to step back. I think that moment
came into your mind.
Yeah, I literally came to me. I thought about fuck. Like I just kill myself. I'm gonna sleep and that's where about it. It was a brief millisecond. I thought about it, but I processed that for a while. And I was like fuck. And then I remember just stopping. I kind of felt like I had like an out of body experience. Like I couldn't talk to myself. And I'm like, no, like you got this. So that definitely helped me process it, and then I had to do, and then eventually, like I said, we got the whole attendant, and then little by little, working again, and just getting back how things supposed to be, and that was tough. And people must talk about it now. It's crazy how like I said, the whole process of me just feeling subconscious of like people not gonna understand it. They're quickly to judge like, oh, like you're not going to school, but they're not like, wow, I'm so proud of you.
That's the thing, like you can help your mom every day, but one day you don't help your mom be the worst person in the world. Yeah, that sucks. And it's like, no, bro, like I help her every day. It's like that I know I want to. I am actually that's tired, and it just makes sense. And look, like this is not like obviously a situation, but when I think of choose head, I think of the people in Japan who kill themselves because they overwork.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know the situation is different, but when you say that, like, if before this conversation, if you told me like the suicide people say like, oh, maybe if I sleep when I'm dead, I'll get, I would be like, that doesn't really. And now you tell me this, and I'm like, no, shit is very real out here, and emotions can be stretched. And that's how far the human mind can expand. So man, I say that because I'm a little cold, but like, it's also scary to think about, because you're one of my closest friends, and those thoughts always emerge. And I'm not saying just for like you, but like everybody, like whoever to those thoughts, please conquer them.
Yes, definitely.
But it's just it's hard sometimes. Like to have the tools to just be alone in the situation. It's almost like the situation is so particular enough, and then to have that on top, it's just like everything's a wreck.
It's interesting and stuff. And definitely, it's like that's why for me, it's like I've always been open to like like I've never been all like suicide, like you're crazy or whatever. But definitely that made me very real, as of like made me feel more understanding of like like people maybe that do it. It's like
like that lady who jumped off the other day, 2 days ago, the vessel, Yogachev. I don't remember her name completely. I'm sorry, but what I got from that note is how smart someone can be. How really like the key thing I think is you said that no one could have stopped this.
No.
And when you read things like that, the fact that it was planned out, she had 2 notes to her parents, she was a valedictorian, bro, all these things. And I know people are not now surprised that everybody commits things like this, but I think when situations sprout like that, you see that like you can have a grade A valedictorian driving a BMW with their opposite sex preference or same sex preference, like and happy, and then they just go in there.
Definitely. That's what I think for me is like material things and everything. Like, it's good to have. I think that was important to just be happy.
Yeah.
Find what makes you happy.
And use your time with that too.
Use your time with that. Enjoy those moments because, like I said, people that come to us, doesn't matter what age, doesn't matter what color, doesn't matter what their background of their life is. Like, I mean, the background of their life, yes, plays a part. But I'm saying in general, like, it just, you don't know. And I think that's why it's like you have to treat everybody, because you don't know when they're having a bad day, you don't know.
Or one bad moment.
Yeah, it could be one bad, yeah.
It could be anything, and
yeah, true.
It's great. I'll tell you this story. My dad told me this story, right? It's the story of a boxer, right? This boxer, I forget what his name is, but his name is something. I think it was what was his name? Some shit, right? His name was some shit. But if you're watching this and you hear the story, you'll know. So this boxer, he was fighting one day, right? He's 23 years old, right? So he's boxing in the ring. He's getting ready for a big fight. He's, training. And he just stops. He's just like, you know what? He just takes off his gloves. He takes off everything. Not his clothes. But like, he leaves. And what he did was he went for a drive, So he went for a drive and he was just, cruising. And that's what he did to relax, apparently, and it made him take a ride. So what ended up happening is that finally, Don King had gave him that car. It was a convertible, right? So he's cruising. And then he's about to get back or something. And what ends up happening is that he's cruising, and it's dark outside. The thing that stops him from crossing the lot is there, and his head gets left off the Wow. And they find them, and that was like the day before the fight or the day of the fight. Obviously, the fight got canceled. But isn't that crazy? And the reason I bring it up is because obviously it's a little irrelevant, but it's also just relevant to the extent that life is so crazy.
It's very unexpected.
Unexpected as fuck.
You can't control anything.
Yeah. And those are the things that people are most frustrated with. The things they cannot control. And man, I was telling people get mad at traffic. I always say like, yo, that's what you can't. That's what you get mad at.
It's stupid. You get mad at traffic. What can you do?
Exactly.
You're literally in a bubble. If you get people you want, it's like in the bubble.
Yeah.
No. Something like you're dumbass. Fucking keep beeping. It's like there's no need. Like why?
It just stresses everybody out.
It's just that you keep beeping. That person beeps. You're like, fuck. I'm trying to find some of my music. Put the thing on, and then they're fucking, they're not gonna be tight. It's like, what the fuck, like, all the it's like, I love this shit. And it's like, bro, there's no fucking, it's like, I'm trying to get, like, especially in New York.
Yes, bro. And
it's, you're in the morning, just relax, or just like, let's say you're taking the bus, way back when transportation, we could be out, so I'm just taking the bus, in the morning, you're late for work. Or not even late, you're like on time, but you're just so on time. Like, and let's say a lady comes with a wheelchair. Now you have to wait extra 15 minutes. Listen, you can get mad. But what are you gonna do?
You can't honk at the bit.
You can't honk at the bit, So it's like, you can, but like, you're like an asshole.
Yeah,
and
right?
it's like, and it's like, all right, you want to get to work early? Work up early. That's not their choice. They didn't cause that to,
That's always the case. That no matter what the fuck the technology is, no matter what day and age, if you wanted to be there early, you would have woke up early and got there, That's the point. If you wanted to obey the dangerous dinosaurs that were going to eat you, or not that maybe dinosaur animals, you walk away.
Get the fuck away. Oh, look, it's a fucking tiger. Let me go pet it. Now, get the fuck out of here.
I think that's what's next, though. Horns from your phone.
Yo, bitch.
Yo, that's gonna happen. Why, right? Man? In Flushing?
Oh my god. One starts and and it's like, oh my, I get me so tired. And it's like
back to back traffic.
You're like in the back just waiting, yo, come on, bro.
Yo, come on, bro.
Come on, yo, I'm late. Yo, wake up early then. What's up, And it is a trip, and it's like, it is what it is.
Yo, first off, fresh ass hat. Yo,
bro,
what the fuck? I'm about to hit a hole.
Stop playing, baby. I was like, I woke up to me, what am I going to wear? It's kind of cold out.
Nah, you fresh as fuck.
Let me wear the fucking hat, because it's about break. And that's my favorite hat.
Yeah, and I see why.
No, baby. Let's go.
First of all, let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets. 2021, are you here?
Everybody clicks off.
Oh, you're not fuck the next one.
No, but so I want to ask something. So obviously you're Honduran.
Yes.
Right? And I want to ask you because obviously to the people that think everybody's Mexican when they're Spanish, that's a big no. Please let's stop that. Because
we're all different.
Yes, and it's beautiful, and everything is beautiful. Everyone is beautiful. But I wanted to ask you because to this day, like I know only so much of Honduras, right? But you know what I hear a lot also, just like Mexico, that there's a dangerous place in there, right?
Yeah.
And so it kind of sucks sometimes because it's just like that's so much more beauty to it, right? You've been there, right?
Bro, I've been to Honduras. Like the first time I went.
Okay, tell me.
I was like,
love to hear
I was like probably like 2 months old.
Oh my gosh.
My mom was like, "Yo, you ready?" And I'm like, "Yo, what's up?"
Leave me out.
Like, we like, you got my passport. That's it. Because the thing is, she took me very young because all my family was there.
Okay.
Like,
wait, what do you mean by all your family?
Like my aunts, my uncles, my cousins. Like the only one that's here is with with my parents and my brother. So it's just been us four. So.
Naz, do you mind if I smoke?
Maybe.
Okay, thank you.
Continue. Live your fucking best life. Alright?
It's the roof,
See, to the roof. Yo, it's a perfect vibe. Definitely, like I said, it was tough because it was just us four. So my mom, I want to see my grandma, I want to see, my aunts, I want to see everybody. So it took me fucking like 2 months, maybe. Like 2 months I was out there vibing. Now the fuck was happening.
2 months? So obviously, how long were you there for, like, every trip?
So from there on, it was a thing I went every year.
Okay.
Every year, mostly summer, a couple times in Christmas. So, definitely, I love Honduras. I love Honduras with all my heart. I think I embrace it so much. And it's tough, because when you're young, like, I remember in elementary school, people ask me, "Oh, where are you from?" My school is normally be, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, and Mexicans.
I know like one Portuguese, not from Portugal, Paraguay.
Oh, Paraguay. I never met Paraguay.
See, shout out Alexis Paredes, master chess player.
Yo, oh wait,
Alexis Paredes.
Oh yeah, he's Paraguay. Oh shit, yo, shout out, yo, my man.
Yo, for real.
Plays chess like in one movie.
Yo,
Beach,
bro, that is what is it? Pele and chess, bro.
Yo, he's fucking Pele, Ronaldo, Messi. Fucking Chicharito.
He was on the show, bro. He was on the show. Yeah. All right. But yeah,
okay, so my man, it's crazy. So like I said, so in all my life, it's just, in my school has always been Honduran, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Mexican, Honduran. So when people ask me, "Oh, where are you from?" I'm like, Honduras. They'd be like, "Oh shit, what is that?" And I'm like, "It's like."
How does that make you feel after like now you're grown, and like the initial like, okay, I'm not like most people in terms of, even though I am, because I'm still like Hispanic and but how does that feel like if you could sum it up now?
So
not to like marginalize.
Yeah. So basically, just unique.
Okay.
Unique. I made it. Like
you embrace it.
Fuck yeah.
You do. I love it. I love how you
listen.
Do it, man.
In the beginning, it was very tough, and it was weird because it's hard to relate to people because like I'm Honduran and they're like, what is that? It's a country. It's like Mexico. It's under Mexico, but it's not. Yeah. So it's kind of hard. So it's in Central America. Not a lot of people young don't know about Central America. They think that Mexico is Mexico. Yeah, they think it's like Mexico, everything else. They don't think I mean, it's Central America. There's different countries.
To an extent, understandably, like
I get it.
If you actually name all the African cities,
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, so obviously we're not perfect people, but the genuine question to ask is like, if you don't know,
ask. Oh, where is that? That's cool. And then it was weird at first, and then little by little, just like I embrace it. Then with my name, Nazry, that's even another story.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. I didn't even think to ask that question.
Bro, that was even another fucking plot twist. Because people be like, "All right, you're Honduran. All right, what's your name? Nazry. Like, what the fuck is that?
Are you?
Like, what? I was like, what do you mean Nazry? And then it was just a whole thing. So.
Yeah. Okay, but interesting. That's super interesting. Yeah. Because you have to answer a lot of questions all the time.
It was especially a lot in I feel like. Elementary school to middle school. That's why high school. I love high school. I feel like high school is the first time in my life I didn't feel weird. I like people just embrace me for who I am, and just like I felt I'd have to explain myself to people.
Everybody's name was different.
Everything was people. You were exposed to so many things.
So many names.
So it was like for me, I felt like I feel like if I was to somebody about my name or
shout out to high school.
Yeah, that's it, bro. I'm telling you, 4 years, best 4 years of my life. I don't change anything about that shit. I don't change anything. Honestly, high school's a tough year for everybody because you're trying to grow as a person and you're trying to find out what kind of person you're trying to be. But I don't change anything. I love everything. So shout out to LIC, all the teachers, bro. Fucking crazy. So
no regrets.
No fucking regrets. So it was, one thing it was easier for me to just. I felt like when I was in high school, I was able to tell people about if I would tell people my name or where I'm from, it was more a conversation. It wasn't like
you love conversation. Man.
I love conversation. I like telling people about my name or oh shit, I'm Honduran. I love Honduras.
I just see smiles sprout when they talk to you. When people talk to you, you know what I mean? So maybe I don't want to say you love conversation. I don't want to put that on you, but people love to conversate.
Thank you.
That's right. Because people, every single person I've
I appreciate that,
Yeah,
Frank.
I don't just say this shit to be nice, but you're dead as like a special person.
Yo, Frank, yeah, I know that shit on me, you know, and I fucking love you. And yeah, so then that's how it was in Honduras. I love being in Honduras, and I go every year. I mean, I don't know if it's tough about this year. We couldn't go last year. We couldn't go this year. Shit.
Oh, man.
It's tough. It's very tough because so before COVID, before March, my goal, because I was working a lot. Like the last year, I was working a lot, so I was very proud of myself. I was like, you know what? Like my thing is like work hard but play harder. Just because it's like if you play hard, work harder, it's like I feel like it's deminimizing the things you've done.
Yeah,
you know, because it's a lot easier to have fun than to fucking wake up every morning when you don't want to go to work, when you don't want to do shit, what you have to do. So for me, it's like no, work hard, play hard. So I was ready. I was ready to like summer. Yo,
that's a great mentality to have, man. To get through each day.
It's probably
and appreciate your work.
Because it's it's not easy. I feel like it's a lot easier to have fun than to do responsibility. But I think it has to be for something.
Yeah.
So for me, bro, I remember before that, before even like summer of this year, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna take a month off. Whether they like it or not, fuck them.
I didn't know.
I didn't know. I did what I had to do. I know my worth. I know that I've never called out. I know that I come in responsible.
Was that one of the first times you ever done something like that? Like you still like taking off the time. So that's a major time.
I've taken a couple of days off, and I managed to work around scheduling that I can do my thing. But this time, like I want a month off, no work, no nothing. So I wanted to take the whole month of June off. Appreciate it, yo. And then he was, I actually wanted to plan it. I wanted to spend my birthday in Honduras, and my dad was very excited. And it was. I remember we were eating Salvadorian food. Okay, we were eating pupusas, and I had a sopa de res, and we were all just vibing. I'm like, yo guys, like, because my parents wouldn't go to Honduras. They usually go in March for my dad's birthday, for my grandma's birthday. But they couldn't go. Like they're like, you know what? I don't think we'll go for March. They're like, they asked me, what are you planning? Like, what are you trying to do for vacation? I was like, I'm trying to go to, I don't mind going to Honduras. Like, I want to go to Honduras, spend my birthday there. I haven't spent my birthday there in years. I think it was like 6 last time. And I want to be something with family. And don't get me wrong, my birthday's here. I love my birthdays here with my friends and my,
But home is home.
But I want to have like a family just like behind me. So I was excited. I was like, yo, let's do it. I remember like that day we ate. I was like, yo, let's fucking do it. I was like, yo, I want my nephew to go. Like, I want my brother. I want everybody. I want to. Everybody's good. My nephew is in Connecticut with mom. My brother's home. My mom's chilling. My mom's going home chilling. And then chilling. Vibing.
Sorry.
No. Appreciate it. And so it was a good moment. I was like, fuck, I can't wait. Fortunately, Corona happened, and my dad passed away, and I was like, I think it was tough. It was tough, and it was just like it just sucked because, like I said, like June is supposed to be the month that we were gonna go. And my dad was very excited because my dad's very big on family. I think that's why for me, I'm very big on like keeping family together. Because my dad, I think that's what he liked a lot. Like he loved, like when I told him, yo, let's go to Honduras, like, yo, let's do it. He was excited. He was excited to just have fun.
He gifted you that.
He did give like that's one thing is like when I hear people